don't know what
Ned's Journal.
I don't know
Classified. How you ain't?
I went to high school with somebody named Ned.
You ain't no 90s, baby. This dude don't know nothing.
I went to high school with somebody
Bro, you don't know Ned's Classified. Off of Nickelodeon, bro.
Watch that.
Bro, you don't know no. He don't know nothing.
I ain't watched that.
Look, I didn't. Look, cuz we was at a pop-up shop.
Remember?
We was at a pop-up shop. Cuz left, and I was talking to somebody. I said, "Hey, cuz, come back." Acting like we on Friday. He the only one. Everybody else get the joke. He looking at me like, "What the hell?"
Because I'm in business mode. I'm like, "What you mean?" I'm all serious and whatnot.
Man, and I'm just like, I'm acting like I'm on Friday.
I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. Or I could do this.
How does it feel being original?
It feels blessed. It feels great being original. You're original, you're a leader. People have to come behind you and follow you. So it's always good being the first one to do something. So original people, deuces.
What is something that you would like to share with the melanated people?
I think I just want to remind the people with wombs that you are the creatrix of life and you can bring forth anything that you desire, anything that you want, anything that makes your heart happy, makes your soul happy. It's already yours because you're a creator, you're a woman.
Just growing, man. Even with the, everybody like, hey, what's up with the original people? We rebranded. We coming out with real fashion. At the beginning, and this is what I always tell people: start. Your favorite saying. That's Cuz' favorite saying. I let him stick to what he say. I ain't about to be on here trying to stumble. And you know what it is. Start whatever you got and use whatever you have to achieve whatever you want to achieve. That's how I say it. All right.
That's beautiful.
With the original people, how we originally had it, the original plan was it for us to be fashion brand, more of a fashion design because we fashion designers, So I always been. You can look once you start following us more, understanding more who we are. Always been that dude who dressed up in school. You know what I mean? I had to be nice and clean. I had to be nice and sharp. So designing was in my heart. But however, we had to use what we had to use at the time. What we had to use at the time was sweaters, hoodies, and shirts because that's what we could afford at the time because we was using our personal money. Now that after we start using our personal money to develop a full LLC, to develop our business, the original paid for it start paying for itself. Now it's paying for this rebranding. And so stay with us, stay tuned, and you're gonna see us soon. Stay with, and my wife, she's a great fashion designer. She's always been fresh. She's always been lovely. She was one of them women who, she never owned shoes until she went to college. She never owned pants until she went to college. She always had to dress up. That's where my daughter get that from. Man, we went to go barbecue. Man, we about to go barbecue because she trying to put on a dress and look all cute. I said, pretty, we're about to go barbecue. She said, I know, but I gotta look pretty, Daddy. I want to look pretty. I said, okay, go ahead, look pretty. You're not gonna look so pretty after we get done barbecuing. She was smart. Then she gonna go out there. No, Dad, I want to stay over here. I don't want to get my dress dirty. I just want to watch. I said, okay. I see what you on. I see what you doing. You just want me to get to it because I'm barbecue. And yes, I am barbecuing vegan. Let me rephrase that because I didn't like that. I don't like that vegan word. I said Nature's Grill. That's my name.
Okay, I can rock with that. Nature's Grill.
Yeah. That's my name, bro.
I can dig that.
That's my name.
Nature's Grill.
Yeah. That's my name.
That's dope.
That's my name. You know what I mean? They call me Nature's Chef Nature Grill. Nature's Grill. You know what I mean? I'm like, what's happening? And I'm out there cooking anything you want, because some people gonna want a barbecue watermelon. Me, I prefer to just to eat it, and I'll be glad to really do it. But me, I'm the type, because you gotta start shaving it. It's gonna start hitting my nose. Every time I shave it, then I'm gonna hit another corner. Then my nose gonna be like, just eat it, bro. It's gonna be so delicious to your tongue. You know what I like about watermelon? Cause this is before I was I'm only using this word so people can understand a quote unquote vegan. Before I start eating with nature, before I became a nature, before I start eating from nature, I always like watermelon because of this. It does 3 things for me, 4 things.
Mm-hmm.
1 thing, it tastes good.
Absolutely. You talking about seeded watermelon, right?
Yeah, seeded watermelon or whatever.
Black seeded watermelon.
You know, however they people they want it. You know, I like when I say the taste. I like the fact that it gets you dehydrated.
No, hydrated. You said
Well,
dehydrated.
yeah, you know,
It
it gets you hydrated.
It hydrates you.
It's
hydrating.
You know, it helps you. It helps you when you dehydrated. It helps you. It hydrates you. You got the water. It got the water. It fills you up.
Nah, facts.
You know what I mean? Facts. And it's healthy for you. You know what I mean? And then I can give another one. Another one reason why I like watermelon. Why I like watermelon.
Talk to me.
So I can spit the seeds out.
That's what I like about you. You weird. And I'm weird too.
I ain't weird, cuz. No, you weird, man. I ain't weird. No. Hey, I don't fit in that category when they don't check on my resume. All right, man. Look, I know at the family reunion, man, at the family barbecues, man, it's that weird cousin. Who he don't know he weird, but everybody talk to him and he just think he cool. You that man, I'm telling you. That's cuz. He think he cool. He think he's coming through.
Everybody rock with a brother.
This is a weird cuz.
I'm saying.
Yeah, and that's how it's supposed to be though, cuz. Shoot, and look, the weird cuz is the one trying to get everybody together. You always been family oriented. Been putting that in since. Who is your mom or your dad very family oriented?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. They are. Yeah, so yeah, I'm excited for watermelon season too.
Yeah.
You got me thinking about watermelon.
Yeah, I just said a whole bunch of things.
You did. You said a lot. You said a lot there.
And I don't know what made me, because I was thinking like that. Where you get this family oriented from? We got to run in our genes, because Tip was very family oriented. Mm-hmm. You very family oriented. I'm very family oriented. You know, a lot of people in our family are very family oriented. It's just our family not getting along.
I mean, I think naturally, innately, we all are, but we just lose that because of societal pressures, mm-hmm. society itself.
Yeah.
Like these examples that we see are these dysfunctions that we learn.
Yeah, because our family is initially into it because of what you said, these society reasons, you know, financial and all of that. That financial problem hit, and it made a bigger storm. You know, it created a bigger tornado. That tornado started with this small little financial problem. Then that financial problem started coming with different words being said, different emotions, different people looking at different perspectives. So now the tornado is growing even higher in water mm-hmm. each moment, you know. So with all that tied in, cuz, and how can you fix this, man? First of all, man, we gotta learn that shit. We better together when we fighting each other. And this is just from our stance. You know, we talking about the end in our lineage, so this might not fit someone, but for us, our family, on our side, I feel like one, in my opinion, one thing could be done is we gotta come together and understand this financial is really nothing, that we can actually make more money together. So let's drop this finance. You know, it's harder being said than done. You know, let everybody say what they gotta say. Nobody should be it should be an open space where everybody can be heard without being judged, without being pressured to feel like they gotta hold back, being able to use whatever type of language they want to use in order to express their feelings. We gotta let a lot of the standards go. Like, I love melanated people, but we the old people be like, don't cuss, none of that. One reason why I let my kids, even though they're young, they cuss. My kids don't know what cuss words are, because first of all, cuss words ain't cuss words, but we're not gonna get into that. But we don't necessarily know why. You know, I broke it down to you, but they don't even necessarily cuss. once you limit people to how they can talk and how they can express their feelings, that limits them in order to express that feeling. So that limits the connection you guys can get, and limits the understanding two people can have. You know, we got to open up the whole barrier and let people pour out who they are without feeling like they're getting judged. Somebody can say something, they be like, "Hey, you know, it's not even the financial problems. It's how you went about with this situation." We don't need people coming out and say, "Hey, I went about this situation because of this and that and that and third." No, we need that person who feel like, even if you feel like you're getting attacked, just sit there, let it go out, hear this person, actually understand this person, ask them why they feel like that,
Yeah.
and ask them what was their perspective at the time. What did they think was going on? What did they believe that they thought was going on? Because a lot of times people are just on two miscues. You may think this person knows this, but they don't. And I'm talking from experience because I already did this. Because you know, I done sat down with family. You know, with my wife and their family and had these type of discussions. So I'm saying this with a little experience now. You know, and that's what we need to do. We gotta have that open field. People express how they feel. Nobody got to attack too at the same time. Nobody got to attack. You got to tell people your perspective. You know, it's like that. We got to start off with doing that. Actually getting in one room. You know,
Absolutely.
that's with us. That's with us, with our family. I don't know how it may look with somebody else's family. Maybe they already got their financial issues going on, and their financial issues, you know, already was going on, but they had this issue. I don't know. They had somebody with drug addiction, or you know, plenty of different issues, man. Because if I go on my dad's side of the family, I can name millions. You know. And so that's what I'm doing too. I'm also trying to fix my dad's side of the family. So if I keep it 100 on here, you know, I'm trying to fix my dad's side of the family. I don't talk to them too much. You know, I don't talk to my father too much. Our relationship probably dead and gone, you know. So, you know, and that's just how it is. But and there's real circumstances behind that. It ain't because of little things that can't be fixed. Sometimes people cross the line where they can't never come across back for. Where I don't feel comfortable around you. Where I don't feel like my kids is comfortable around you. I'm gonna keep it 100. If you a perv, bro, I don't deal with you, bro. Father, cousin, bro, I got a daughter, bro. Hey, I don't give a fuck who you is, bro.
Yeah, no, I had to learn a lesson. You know how like we were, like people, a lot of people are taught, I'll give people a second chance, but like I had to learn a lesson. Like once people show you who they are, I believe them.
Say it again, cuz.
I had to learn that in real life.
Say that again, please, man, so I can get that to click.
Yeah, once people show you who they are, I believe them. And I had to learn that in real life. And, you know, you give people second chances when they play their cards and show their cards. You just sit back and couple be getting on me about this. So I just be sitting back, just letting people just do their thing, observing. I'll be listening. She be like, "Why don't you just hand?" I'm like, "I'm looking. I'm doing my thing. I'm protected. I'm being protected. Yeah. I feel you though. I love you, baby. I feel you. I'm protected. I'm protecting.
I'm out here on the ground.
Protection is way more than physical.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's mental, it's emotional, it's spiritual, it's financial. It's all these different things. More than just me putting my life on the line, you know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
I gotta see like what this person talking about, see where they heart at, where they mind is when they speaking. I gotta make sure this is a good space to be in, you know what I'm saying? But anywho, before I go down that rabbit hole, I had to learn that lesson in real life. In real life, man, once I got into these entrepreneurship streets. I had to learn that in real life, and I've like now, like and this may come from a traumatic place.
Yeah.
But like once people, like I'm really not too big into second chances anymore.
Yeah, me too.
I'm really not.
Depending on what you did, for real, like you know.
I'm applying it to everything, cause now, like I done seen enough.
I feel
like we adults now. You know what I'm saying? I done
You
seen
should know
enough.
what a friend is now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
you should know how to treat a friend now. I feel you.
and even if you never had a so-called friend, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's on you now. You have the mental capacity to make your own decisions without
Agreed.
any input from anybody outside of you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like you can talk to you and God, you and the universe, whatever you want to subscribe to, if you do or don't subscribe to. You have the mental capabilities to make these decisions. So if you choose to do something, cool, that do your thing. But I'm gonna choose to do something else.
Real talk.
And I'm gonna give you space and grace and let you do your thing in peace. Because I'm gonna keep my peace and protect my peace.
Me too.
And the peace of my loved ones too. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
man, when people show you who they are, believe them and let them be.
Let them be.
And wish them well. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm at, cuz.
Trust who they are. Trust who they are as a person. They said, look, this is who I am as a person. And you trust them who they are as a person. You know he a thief, treat him like a thief. You know he Lord, treat him like he Lord. You know, and we gotta understand also with building this new family too, with building this new family structure, we also gotta take this in consideration too, what you've been said that people showing they new, showing who they are. We can't let these roles and these names get into it. So I'm not a firm believer Bible. I don't believe in the Bible at all, but you know I'm just using this because for people who do believe in the Bible, you know they say honor thy mother and thy father, but you know what people don't mention? It says your mother is only thy mother if she act like thy mother. Real. It says that somewhere in the script, somewhere in the Bible. So you know we gotta remember that, man. We gotta remember. We gotta cut out these bad apples, like you said, because building this family structure, it is some bad apples, and there's some people who's just not gonna let us progress. Everybody can't get on that road. That hurted my feelings growing up, cause I want to see all my guys coming up, man. It hurt my feelings that being at this road, I'm at the understanding that I do have to cut ties with certain people. You know, I don't want to. Shoot, I love them, but I trust who they are. They showed me who they are. I can't want them to be somebody else. I gotta trust them being who they are. I can't keep having this a thought in the back of my head that they're gonna follow this expectation if I give them this role. I can't expect him to follow this job when his resume doesn't fit the job. His resume doesn't fit this particular job description I'm looking for. So you know what? I need to be more like a job. What a job do? Keep it pushing and go find us because there's somebody out here that does fit this description.
Absolutely. That's real. That's
For real, cuz.
I'm glad you said that you have to keep it pushing and got to get rid of the bad apples, right?
Yeah.
Because if you let molded fruit sit around other healthy fruit, after a certain amount of time, the other fruit's gonna get the mold too.
Yeah.
It's gonna catch mold too because both entities are alive. And this goes into like spiritual laws of like you are the five. So there's this old saying going around, if you hang around four broke people, you're bound to become the fifth one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
I ain't never heard that one. I heard the opposite one, shoot. Or I probably made the opposite one up in my head.
No, that's right. No,
if you hang out with four millionaires, you're gonna be a fifth millionaire. That's why I've been hanging out with millionaires.
That's what I'm saying. It applies the same way though. But on both sides of polarity, it applies. Because if I hang around 9 people that are addicted to opioids, I'm gonna be the 10th one.
Yeah.
That's because that's all they do. That's what they own. So it's like if I want to stay around, I'm gonna have to be on that too.
You're gonna have to do
I'm gonna have to separate myself.
Yeah.
And so that's how it works.
That's what we was talking about earlier today, man. Because I forgot what you were saying, but I was like, dang, cuz that sound like that we need to change that environment. That environment that, like I used to say, we gotta change the people we hang out with. Not only you gotta change out those people, if those 9 people are doing opioids, you don't want to become the 10th one. Man, you not only need to leave leave them alone. You need to leave that whole area alone. Leave the area where they getting these opioids at. Leave the area because it's gonna be more other people who are just like them, you know. And that's just the truth. Those are these people, and that's what people do in this particular area. You need to move on and go find bigger things in life. Expand yourself. Be uncomfortable, man. Cause I know I shared this before, but I'm gonna share it again. Cause when I went to ISU, I learned that everybody black wasn't a thug. I knew everybody wasn't a thug, but I thought everybody was thugging like some type of way. You know what I mean? Cause in some type of way. Probably wasn't all the way out here, but you was getting a little something dirty. I was meeting people who never sold drugs before, who never got in a fight before, who who never did none of this. I'm like, what the hell? People who never hit a lick before, like, bro, people who never even stole a candy bar from a damn gas station. Like, damn, bro, you never even stole a candy. Like, this stuff is little to me. I'm like, all right, hold on, maybe he a little smaller crook. I'm going little crook. Man, I'm like, these people clean as a whistle, cuz that was the first time I had that experience, man. And that's why I believe that's one dynamic that saved me too. I always talked about getting what happened, cuz. What we talking about? When I got there, cuz I don't know how in the hell they accepted that. I think that was my ancestors. And then I had to go to that program. Man, that was my ancestors, bro. That was my ancestors. Then they interviewed me. And you know me, cuz if they interview me, it's over. They gonna be like, man, whatever I read about this, man, this is not true. But yeah, man. So what happened, cuz? When I got to ISU, what happened? What did I just say? I said, I met some people that I never met before. What else, cuz? Yeah. Where was I at?
It was in a different environment, different city. It was a culture shock.
Cuz.
Culture shock.
I was like,
on the opposite end.
What is going on? I was meeting so many different people. I started meeting people who was from overseas. I was meeting like so many different type of caliber of people, of good people, and people who was actually, good stand-up people. Then it was like, wow. But but at the time, vibrations find vibrations. So I did find them people who was gonna rip and run the Terre Haute streets with me. And that's what I did. But that was the first time I had that thought, like, whoa, I can be completely clean and live like this dude. That was my first time I had that thought, that mindset. So, and where I was somewhere different. Only why I didn't change at that time is because I didn't have the knowledge to change. I was in a different environment. I was what else we say? Different environment. I was around different people. But however, those different people, I did find those people who was gonna rip around the streets with me. So I wasn't staying around those people. I might be in a different environment, but I wasn't staying around those new people. I went to go find people who did run the streets, and I didn't have the knowledge to change. Because if I had the knowledge what I have now, I would have been like, okay, this is my first opportunity to really become somebody. So when you do bring that horse to a new environment, to new horses, you also got to change that horse mindset. That horse got to be ready to adapt to the new friends. You got to be ready to adapt to the new environment. Because now, what I always tell you, I'm adapting to my new friends. I'm adapting to be around the new type of people I'm around. And it's funny, man, because it's just different. But now I can adapt to it. Before then, I didn't have the knowledge to adapt to it. So you do got to change the environment, and you do got to change the people, as far as in family, that bad apple, as far as in anybody, friends or whoever is in the community, because that bad apple can drag you. Cause, for example, I'm not gonna use nobody as it, but I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna tie all this together because we're talking about the bad apple too, right? Tying all this in. So I was in this one. I was in Terre Haute, and I could have changed, but I didn't. So not only that, I still had associations with bad apples.
Yep.
Family members. Associations with family members and all that. Friends too. I had associations with what you use. What's the analogy you used earlier? what you say, fruit, what you say,
Oh, fruit.
the
Apples.
dang, why can I not think of that? The moldy fruit,
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
around
yeah.
moldy fruit, but I was trying to be fresh. And it didn't work out because it wasn't the right environment, the right people, and I wanted to keep ties with families and friends and associates. That was bad apples. That lowers my vibrations. That gets me moldy too because their environment can change. Their vibrations bring what you on. Like I always use. Let me say this real quick before you say that. Like I always say, man. Uh, when I first was changing, this is when I realized I couldn't hang out with my friends anymore. They were still doing things I wasn't doing. However, I still one day I looked because Nadia was like, man, even though you still around it, the police, I thought the police was gonna pull us over, but it ended up pulling up in the car in front of us. We had things in the car that shouldn't have been in the car, but none of it belonged to me. But I know the type of person I am. I wasn't gonna say nothing. I wasn't gonna say it did or it did not. I was gonna say it didn't belong to me. I wasn't gonna say who it did belong to. So guess what? Me trying to change, me staying around those moldy fruits, I would have became moldy too. I would have became just as guilty. That verdict wouldn't want to heard me if I would have been
by association.
That's guilty by association. That verdict, them people in the jury wouldn't want to hear me talking about. Oh, I was trying to change. Nigga, I'm like, so shit. Why would you hanging around with all this stuff in the car if you were trying to change? You still hanging around with the same people. None of it was yours, but you around it. Yeah, so you gotta be happy. So you gotta have the knowledge. You gotta change the environment. You gotta drop these bad seeds. And what was the other one called?
I think that was it.
The environment.
Environment, change your circle,
Yeah.
change the fruit that you're surrounded with.
Yeah.
It don't even matter.
Yeah.
What you said was powerful.
Yeah.
What you said was powerful. When I think about what you said, right? When you had that moment where you came to Terre Haute, you came to Indiana State, and you're like, yo, this is different.
Totally.
Would you say if you didn't have that quote unquote culture shock, you would have changed?
I don't think so. I think that's what sparked it. Well, let me rephrase that.
And that's what I was getting at.
Let me rephrase that.
That's what I was getting at.
Not think. Let me rephrase that. No, go ahead.
No, I was just agreeing with you. I was thinking that was like that starting point to okay, let me turn the corner right here.
Mm-hmm. That right there.
Because like you said, you still found yourself. You found the people that you were most comfortable with.
Yeah.
But you saw something different. Like just say for instance, you went to a new school, right? So say you go from a suburban school to a rural school.
Mm-hmm.
All right, okay. Well, to a suburban school to a urban school. So I'm in the suburbs now. I'm about to go to this rural school. Okay, I was doing this out here. Who in this urban school doing what I used to do? Okay, this is a different environment and everything, but I know it's some people that's around here doing this.
It's gonna be.
So let me find them. So you found what was comfortable for you.
Mm-hmm.
But like that was that. Like from my perspective, essentially analyzing your story, that was that turning point. That was like, okay, I see something different now, so I can have a different image of myself now.
Agreed. That right there, it sparked me. I can tell you a lot of ways because, man, I always knew I was intelligent. My teachers always tell me intelligent. But however, when I was in communications, man, my professor pulled me after class. He said, hold on. Stay after class. This is dead ass. This is for real. On everything.
This is high school?
No, college.
College. Okay.
This is my experience. I'm telling you how it hit me. He said, man, dude, you should study communications. He said, man, you're a very intelligent guy. He's like, man, you right? My English teacher. Oh, man, you're very intelligent. This is my English professor. Man, my professors was talking to me like they was just like praising me. You know, they like, man, dude, you intelligent this whole time, man. I still that right there was planting the seeds. I just didn't know. That was like, okay, all these people telling me, these people, I'm in this new environment, right? These people don't know how I act no more. My old environment, my teachers knew I was smart as hell, but they know Ronnie doing something in the streets. They know Ronnie bringing drugs in or something. He doing something, you know. So they know you gotta watch him. He putting on the show. Their perspective was they didn't know me like that. So I was in this new environment. They just telling me how smart I am, how I carry the room, how powerful I am. And I'm like, what the hell, you know? Like what I tell you, cuz the other day. It was weird because you was even coming up to me, cuz. I said, what I tell you the other day, I always call you weird and uncomfortable because I never had a male trying to improve me. I always had a male who, hey, bro, let's do this. Hey, bro, let's do that. In negative ways. I never had nobody who was like, hey, bro, you know, let's go study. Let's go to the library. Oh, bro, you need to go to the library. Let's go to the library. Come on. Let's go study. You know, I never had nobody like that. So when you was giving me that, just like the teachers was giving me this new information, I still was uncomfortable. However, it was planting the seeds, you know. It was like, whoa, all these people. It is these people out here. It is these people out here that see the great in me. It is these people out here that are doing good in life that never did this and never did that. It is a whole new lifestyle. However, I was still uncomfortable with the new lifestyle. It wasn't bringing in no money.
Yep.
Hey, you see how I said that was the first? Hey,
nah, that's real though.
I said
that's real.
You gotta remember, I'm coming from the streets. We street people, we not in the streets for no reason. We really trying to get money. We not out here, you know, we really out here. So it was like, so that means I had to stop my funds. And this society, like you said earlier, the society is what slowed us down. The society was slowing me down to being and develop. Because that right there, the point that, because I needed cash, I couldn't grow in this new environment. I couldn't take these new people because these new people were slowing me down in order to be still cool with this little tornado of financial. But, you know, not having no money, the other society, you know, it was holding me back. So I couldn't develop. I couldn't take that time. But however, like you said, though, cuz that was, I agree, that was one aspect, one out of many aspects, you know, that helped me out, you know, because then me and my wife was talking, because, you know, she helped me out tremendously. She, you know, she was the real force, but that was a force too. But, you know, she helped me out tremendously, and, you know, just going back at the time, I remember going back at the time I was even in college. I'm like, okay, hold on, she might be on to something. I was meeting these foreigners who was driving, bro. He let me drive his Lambo. I was driving, you know, he let me drive his Lambo for a reason, but he let me drive his Lambo, you know, and I was just thinking like, dang, bro, he never did nothing streets. His people own, this is before Lead Your Lineage. I'm like, damn, because I got to talk to his dad on the phone and FaceTime and all that. They living in mansions and they been having money. His great grandpa had money. They all something got something, and I should have stayed in contact with that man. You know what I mean?
It ain't too late.
Hey, man, for real, man. Hey, that was my buddy, bro. That was for real, man.
What's fine? What you mean?
He really, bro. Like, I don't know if you knew.
You remember his name?
Man, Adiado.
We'll figure it out.
Man, I used to just call him, hey, buddy. You know, I couldn't say his name. You know, after people hang out with me after a while, they get to realize, bro, not acting. Bro, really just can't pronounce half these English words. So how can I expect him to say my name and he can't even speak his whole damn language?
We gonna find it.
But no, though, man. So it made me think like, wow, and it was different, you know, seeing like, wow, people really money. Then meeting black people, meeting melanated people. Let me phrase that. I met a melanated man from London, you know, and he looked like us. And man, he was doing good in the music. You know, he was real good in producer. It was just a lot. So it was just a culture shock meeting all these different people coming from all these different areas, and they actually making money, legit. But the problem was that environment, I had to go in school and do school, and that time, I didn't want to put in the time to get the money. I wanted to have the money right now, bro. You talking about years and years from right now. That looks different from my mindset from that I have now. If you tell me like, hey bro, 10 years from now you gonna have that much money, I'm like, oh yeah, that's dope. But you're gonna be broke for it. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I be worried about that. Back in the day, I'm like, nah, I'm cool, bro. I rather have the money now. So I wasn't ready, and man, like I said, let me go back to where like I said, when I was with Nadia, and she was telling me how it was gonna work and how we was gonna push forward with the financial issues. I started later going back into what I was seeing at ISU as far as in people, like I said, people who are doing well, people who do have families and culture and doing good, who look like me. So yeah, that definitely was a culture shock because, man, big culture shock. I said, man, y'all ain't thugging. Y'all ain't selling drugs. Y'all ain't got no gun on y'all. Like that, like my damn bro, people on me. Yeah, man. When I realized that, that it's not normal for people to know a lot of dead people and to know a lot of people that's locked up, I was like, damn, what kind of? That's when it started throwing me like, why I had to know this?
Yeah.
Why is this not common? Because in my brain, the people that I grew up with and all that we grew up with, and everybody knows this who knows me from back then, it's common. We would say it's all common. You asked us, it's common to know tons of people who transition through gun violence. Just a lot of people who they say they can know that's in the penitentiary. So that was a shocker, cuz. Just little shit. Meeting people who had daddies. Shit, just little shit like that, cuz. For real. For real.
That's powerful.
The environment, cuz.
Powerful.
But like we say though, once we take that person in that environment, we gotta make sure that person is ready to soak this environment up like a sponge. You know, we don't need a wet sponge. We need a dry sponge.
I was a wet sponge. Somebody's readiness though.
They do.
Right.
They do.
Absolutely. So like in that moment though, we have to realize that they need to, so say for all these people that were, when you were speaking about your experience in high school with your teachers, right?
Yep.
They knew
Except for Miss Ember. Shout out to Miss Ember. What's up, Miss Ember?
Most definitely. So they knew that you were intelligent and smart and whatever. But they didn't know you, they didn't know you in that environment outside of school.
Yeah.
Because you were only there for 8 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got 16 hours outside doing what you were doing. So really, is that enough over time?
Real talk.
And then when you out of school for 3 months,
real talk.
Because you're only in school for 9 months out of the academic calendar year. Is that really enough time?
To know somebody. You're right.
Like that situation, this is enough time to know somebody, but I'm talking about to really have them.
Not
like, because what you talking about, you had to undergo you had to change your mind and your heart.
Yeah.
Like it's really, really, really tough to do that in 8 hours. It's like what, 200, maybe like 200 days, 200 and something days out of the school year. 250 something days.
That's what I say, 253 days. I don't know how I remember
something
that.
like that. Yeah.
Or 56.
Yeah, I think it's 256, somewhere in there, right?
256 days of Ned's classified.
You said what?
Nothing.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Ned's classified?
I don't know what.
Ned's journal?
I don't know.
Classified? How you ain't?
I went to high school with somebody named Ned.
You ain't no 90s, baby. This dude don't know nothing.
I went to high school with somebody.
Bro, you don't know Ned's classified. Off of Nickelodeon, bro. Bro, you don't know he don't know nothing.
I ain't watched that.
I didn't. Look, cuz we was at a pop-up shop.
Remember?
We was at a pop-up shop. Cuz left, and I was talking to somebody. I said, "Hey, cuz, come back." Acting like we on Friday. He the only one. Everybody else get the joke. He looking at me like, "What the hell?"
Because I'm in business mode. I'm like, "What you mean?" I'm all serious and whatnot.
Man, and I'm just like, I'm acting like I'm on Friday. I'm acting like I'm on Friday. Went over cuz head. I said, "Oh man, never mind." Cuz then I turned. I said, "See, but that's why. That's my boy. That's why I hang out with my cousin." Hey, cause he gonna be him. Like, I don't give a damn about no mother. Today ain't even no Friday. It probably was on a Saturday.
I ain't getting recognition or paid to remember no Friday line from a movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, that ain't what we doing.
That's why I love him, man.
This is a great yin and yang situation.
That's why I love cuz man.
It's a great rhythm, a great balance between us.
For real.
I was like, oh, what is this? But I got it after about 15 hours.
Yeah, I had to tell him.
It hit me.
I had to tell him.
That's how it be though, man. So yeah, you were saying a lot of great stuff pertaining to environment because I wanted to ask you this
What's up?
when it comes to an environment.
Mm-hmm.
Getting into my interview bag now. I'm about to interview my cousin on
Go
this
ahead.
podcast.
Go ahead,
You know what I'm saying? So
man.
going back around with the environment for those 8 hours a day you were in school, you were hearing from your teachers like, "Hey, you're intelligent, you're smart." And then when you go outside of school, you're getting the opposite of that.
Mm-hmm.
How did that make the people around you feel when you went back into that negative environment? When you got that positivity in then another environment, but you went back to a negative environment with that positive feeling or that positive feedback. How did that get translated to the people you're around in that bad environment? Did you have those conversations with them like, "Hey, bro, they told me I'm smart out here. What you mean?" Did you have that conversation?
Hell
You
no.
did.
See,
Why not?
They ain't gonna make nothing shake. Nobody gonna hear about that. Ain't nobody gonna talk to you about that too much, bro. People wanna hear about, hey, what you got, how much this you got on you, what we doing to this, what we doing right here. But my guys knew I was smart. That's one thing they'll tell you, man. All my guys will tell you, bro, Ronnie, they'll tell you, man, Ronnie is smart. But it wasn't more like it wasn't more like people would egg you on to being your smartness. People would egg you on about you being fight. For instance, my big brother, I love him to death, man. You know, it is what it is, but it's just the truth. Like he wouldn't brag about my intelligence, but he'll brag about my fighting skills. He'll set some type of fight up for me to get in the fight, but he wouldn't set up some type of something to show my editing skill. I mean my education, my intelligence skills.
Mm-hmm.
He wouldn't, set me up for that. So that's just something small. I'm just using my brother for example. You know, so it was more on, yeah, but that's something small. That was being smart is something small.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
That's something small in an environment where you need something that's immediate. You need something that's gonna get you some money now. You need something. Smartness can only. Okay, what can your smartness do? Can your smartness make you some money this moment, this hour? Because I need to eat, bro.
You know what? You said something there, right? From your perspective, how you grew up in your environment, that instant gratification is a means of survival.
Yeah.
From the other side, from a business standpoint, your instant gratification is a way to be a failure.
Yeah.
A way to fail, the way to not achieve goals and things of that nature because you gotta want it now. It doesn't happen like that on the business side of things.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, oh, okay, I'm defeated over here because if I don't get this right now, then I ain't gonna eat tonight.
Nope.
And then on the other, like I need it right now, but it don't work like that.
Yeah.
So now I starve myself because I'm doing everything to go get it right now.
That's what we're in the process
It's
of doing.
weird,
That's
man.
what we're in the process of doing right now, I feel, with your lineage and the original people. You know, we both growing and both of my business is growing. And not even that, with Teron Shumpert, myself, because I'm growing. I'm in more youth programs. I'm doing more, man. I was just with the man, cuz I was with the kids, man. You know me, I'm a heckler. I be acting, cuz I'm upstairs, downstairs, I'm yelling, I'm acting, man. Young brother, man, he was, because this was my BMG community event. We had a community event for amateur boxing. And man, this young brother, I got his name, his number and all that. I ain't gonna say his name on the podcast, but I got his number and all that on here, man. And man, he even texted me, man. I didn't even think he was gonna text me. I texted him and just talking to him, he was talking about, I kept it 100 with him though, because he lived in Chicago. I said, yeah, brother. Because he was like, man, I want somebody to come and cheer for me like that all the time. I said, bro, I'll come to your game. I said, hell yeah, bro. I said, I would spend $20 to come and watch 21-something boxing matches, bro, and cheer you on at the same time. He's like, yeah, I'm like, bro, you just got to let me know whenever. He's like, yeah, that's that. He said he lived in Chicago. I said, look, brother, I can't make it to Chicago. I said, look, I thought you said here. I said, look, that's why he said he respected me, though. He said, because I wasn't trying to, he said he feel like people are always trying to sell him a dream and is that. And I was just keeping it so 100 with him. And I was like, yeah, bro, but I can support you from far distance, bro. I said, hey, if you want to set up a phone and put me in a corner and I watch your match, I do that for you every time, bro. I said, you know, we can. I said, we can.
Real.
I told him we can work the distance thing out. You know, I said, because, you know, I got family in it. I got a lot of things I'm going on my plate. I probably ain't going to have time to make it to your matches in Chicago. I told him, but when you have them here again in Indianapolis, bro, I'm voting for you every time. I told him, win, lose, draw. I said, I don't care if the dude make your eyes swole. Guess what I'm going to tell you? I'm going to say, bro knotted you up. You probably just need to go practice a little bit more. Bro knotted you up, bro. He done two-pieced you. You probably want to go put in that work. Remember that? You know, I'm one of them type of guys. I keep 100 with the youth. Hey, you remember how bro two-pieced you? Probably want to go back and do a couple more push-ups. That's the type of motivator I am. I'm like, bro, you remember how I felt last time to get knocked out and you can't see? You don't want that feeling no more. We'll go knock out some more push-ups or throw some more sets or whatever you got to do. But I got cool with the little dude. We had fun at the game, man. That was my one of my first time going to an amateur boxing match, man. I had a good time. I took my buddy Devin. It was his birthday, man. I took him for that. Yeah, I took him for his birthday. You know, that's my guy, man. I had to take him for his birthday. I bought him thinking it was the same week of his birthday, but it wasn't. But shit, I told him happy belated birthday. You know what I mean? For real, man. You know, man. That just spreading the love, bro. Showing my community, showing my brother love, showing a youth member love with a community, with an organization that show everybody and each other love. You know, tying that in. Like I said, we just growing, cuz. We growing, cuz.
We are.
We growing, cuz.
We are.
We see, you already got hair on your chest, man. I'm growing hair on my chest, cuz.
I'm so happy for you.
Man, hey, man.
about time. You know what
man, I just don't got the DNA that grow hair, man. My DNA, because no man in my family, on my dad's side, none of them got none of that.
It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, man. So I wanted to mention this too, because I want everything you're saying about that support, right?
Yeah.
I speak to a lot of young people and they don't feel supported.
Not when they're doing something positive.
They don't feel supported.
Let them do something negative. I know I talked about this last podcast, but still let them do something negative. Let them go kill somebody. All their friends, free bro, that was my guy. Let them get killed. Oh, man, that was my guy. Females, oh, that was my boy out there. Yep. Now they say, oh, I had a crush on him, but nobody was telling. You know what I was thinking the other day? I don't know if I said this on the other podcast, because the more I do podcasts, the more I ain't scared to talk what's on my chest. You know, the problem is, you know how people be like, oh, I miss my bro, and I done lost people. So this is talking, I done lost a lot of my guys, cuz, from the streets and the penitentiary. You know, and that from that process, you know what I learned, cuz? You know the problem? We wait till something happens till they get life or they get killed. Then we say how much we love them, how much we miss them. Since we know they in the streets, right? Won't we tell them, hey, man, I love you too much, bro. I want you to die. Hey, bro, I love you too much, bro. I want you to go to penitentiary. You should change your lifestyle. Hey, bro, when your guy posting pictures with his gun and all that, instead of saving that and using that as putting in the back of your shirt for free or RP, won't you hit him up in those comment sections? I'm like, bro, I really love you, bro. Take this down, bro. Change your lifestyle. Women and females, you know what I mean? For real. Like I really care for you. Your life means a lot to me. I don't want to lose you. That's what I wish I could tell my buddies, bro. And that's because I be having dreams about that. But that's because I know what I know now. I didn't know at that time. I was living the same lifestyle as them. But now I know this. I'm telling people, you know, and this is from experience. This is for real. For anybody listening who actually really care, you really care and love your guys or love your friend or whoever he or she may be, don't wait until they RIP or you got to put FREE. Put them on the shirt. Won't you tell them right now you love them. You want to help them out. You care for them. You don't want to see them locked up or dead. That's the problem. You want to don't support them when they get locked up and dead. Don't put free such and such. You know, don't put all that. Don't support the negative. I don't know if I said that last podcast, but I'm saying in this one. And that's with the support thing. because that ties into support. That's the part. That's the young man because I felt like that before. Cause like I just told you, I could go to the hood with my GPA. But hey, y'all look, I got a 3.5. Da 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 da. Everybody, oh damn, bro, oh that's cool. Keep it moving. I go to the hood with an AR or something. Oh damn, bro, where you get that from? Da, 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 da. I come to the hood with some drugs. Hey, bro, let me buy something. Bro. You start to, like you said, you start to gain more survival points. You're most likely to survive because that's what we support. It's not because that's how it got to go. It's because that's what we support. If we don't support that, we'd be winning, cuz. We'd be winning. If more, and that's another thing. Let me get this off my chest real quick. And women control the vibe. And I don't mean as far as they control everything now, because it's 50-50. But what I mean, they control this aspect. I believe if more women right now, if women right now said, ain't nobody, they ain't showing no man love who in the streets. You know how many, not all, but you know how many people gonna leave the streets after a couple years or so or something? They're like, bro, I ain't getting no love. I ain't getting no nothing out here, bro. I've been hanging around with guys all day, all the straight males. They gonna be like, nah, I'm out the streets, bro. Women don't even like the street niggas no more. I'm about to go holler at them. I'm about to go get cleaned up, bro. That's what's thriving right now. You know why? Because that's a human instinct, cuz. We want to thrive. We want to keep reproducing. If the women right now say, hey, look, we don't want no man that's in the streets, and they not the only one. It's way more aspects. But we talking about support right now, you know. And if women right now support the positive man, because right now, if you look around, what all these women say, I want me a thug, nigga. I want me a thug. And that's what I see a lot. I don't know about you, cuz, but that's what I personally.
I don't see that too often.
Yeah, man, that's what I see. You know, because I be in that environment. I got my hands around those people. I grew up with these people, so I know that's what they be saying. You know, if we get more of these people to say they like a positive man and get more of that support, you gotta remember these women are most likely raising their sons, and their son, and because they most likely single moms, and their sons is seeing what mom likes, and the son is becoming what mom likes because the son loves his mama. And whatever man she like must got to be a good man because mom knows best for me.
We on to something with that. It's a lot more factors that go into that, but that's that baseline is like, yo, if all the women like, yo, we are not dealing with anybody that's in the streets no more.
Yeah. It's just
a lot of stuff be cleaned up.
Yeah, that's not the only problem.
And it ain't even about sexuality at that point. Yeah. Like, it's just like, yo, because it's, as the quote unquote protectors, like, it's going to be so much backlash to the point where it won't even be worth it no more. Like, I done lost that feminine touch that I need to be able to, all right, I'm out here doing my thing. I can come home, I'm good, I'm safe at home in her arms or whatever that look like. Without that femininity,
it's over, bro.
You know, like, it would. I think that could work.
Yeah, that's one out of billions. The problem.
Right, I agree with that 1,000,000% too.
What was you about to ask me though?
No, I was just gonna say how do we get that message to the young people? Because I'm asking that because that's who I spend the majority of my time with.
Like I said,
I'm with the young people. Remember, I ain't with the adults like that.
I said the mama. You know, I be with the young people too. The mama like, you remember I told you, the mama, it start at home, cuz. That's what I always say. The mama.
Absolutely.
The mama, right? She the one who looking up to that thug nigga. And that's who the baby boy most likely looking up to. So what we gotta do is, we gotta change the perspective of not only the youth. Like I always say, we have to change the perspective of us. It gotta be simultaneously everybody. It sounds crazy, but that's the only way it's gonna work. It can't work from the top up, from the top down. I mean, it's gonna have to go from the ground up. And if you look how life is, right? Think about it. Generations, they go like this. If you put the timeline, generations go like this. So if you stand it up, it's gonna stack up, right? So that means that the youth right now is on top. the youth, whatever they doing right now, it's not really affecting the people down here. It's affecting the people we don't see yet. You know? So we got to remember that it's the ground. We got to find that generation where it fucked us up at, and we got to fix all that. And we got to keep going. Everybody's spontaneously got to turn around. Because the youth, if the youth turn around and they ain't got no good foundation, they going to crumble. They need us. We need them.
I agree with that, and that speaks to
one of
the things I'm very, very adamant about is having that, like how culture is set up now.
Yeah,
like it's not conducive to positivity. It's conducive. It's conducive to negativity.
Oh,
it's not set up to have that spontaneous turnaround to be able to cause change. The way that everything is set up right now. So we talking about changing millions of people's heart set and their mindset. And like I said in the previous episode, to me that's a spiritual thing.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do that for millions of people.
Me neither.
Like that's spiritual. I literally gotta lay hands on you.
That's why we're just gonna have to start working with the people we do know.
Right.
So we can make this community.
But what I do know is that them young people, they're very impressionable.
Yeah.
I talked to one of my brothers in Miami a couple years ago. He went to a boarding school.
Mm-hmm.
He said, from his perspective, there's a such thing as good brainwashing and bad brainwashing.
Mm-hmm.
And when he said that, it really stuck with me. It was like, okay, what can I do to positively brainwash young people into being a positive light for the world?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't even look, not just for the community, for the world. It's all types of issues and problems across the world.
Mm-hmm.
And when I speak, I always have that thought was like, okay, it starts with self-awareness and then it branches out from there. Like that self-awareness, that's the root. Then from there, we can grow into other areas. But we literally are talking about having a heart change and a mind change.
Mm-hmm.
That's really spiritual. So I'm really starting to see more of my conversations become spiritual with young people now.
Agreed.
And also too, when you look at the cycle of life or the circle of life, they're really closer to God than we are.
Nuh-uh. They're not closer than the older people.
I know that. That's what I'm saying. Like, if I talk to a 14-year-old versus I talk to a 50-year-old, they a lot closer than 50. And let's just say, because I don't count 50 as like an elder for real. Like and I say that my grandfather is 90 years young. My grandfather 90. So you being 50, bro, yeah, that's cool. You big bro. My brother 47. So what you saying?
Dang, bro.
So
your brother the same age as my mama, bro.
Right. So I was like, all right. So what you saying? For real. That's just my personal opinion. That's how I look at it. So I'm looking at, all right, we got the 80s and 90s. That's like that super elder.
Yeah.
Like 60. My mom, she's 67. Yeah, she'll be 67 this year, I believe. Yep.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at that like, I think she's 67 now.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at that like, okay, what is that like? That's like those young elders. You got the older elders, like my grandfather's 90. You got the young people. That's like that 12 to 18 that I consistently surround myself with. I say like both of those sides of the spectrum. It's like both of those are like the closest to God, Allah, Buddha, the source right there, because they're about to transition out of this life. They're transitioning into it, or about to transition out of it. So they got more of that spiritual information that they downloaded before. Like for the young people, we can get to them before society. A lot of them before society really corrupts them.
Yeah.
And that's why I spend a lot of my time with them.
Yeah, I agree, cuz I'm not saying, the only thing I'm saying is this though. I agree. But however, Look at you. Who's helping the youth? You, right? My point.
I'm one of them. Yeah.
My point. And more people like you, right?
They don't make them like me no more.
No, I'm just saying though.
I feel you though. You know what I'm saying? Hey, like you be saying.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that was. Hey,
don't
you
make
get.
like me no more,
That's
cuz.
something I
Don't
would have
make 'em like
said.
me.
I give it to you, but people who are similar, more people who trying to help the youth, right? More people like your age, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's what I'm saying, cuz it's gonna take more people our age, older, to help them.
But look though, but you and I went through that journey to do the spiritual work. A lot of people our age ain't doing that.
My point. So what I'm saying is this.
That go back to the spiritual conversation. We had to change our hearts and our minds.
No. But what I'm saying is this though. We got to remember, cuz these people going back to their environment.
Mm-hmm.
They're going back. You can have the best, whatever role models and all that in the community. However, if the home is piss poor, that child performance is only piss poor. We have to change the home, cuz it's going. In order to change the youth, help the youth continue to grow, we're gonna have to change the home because that kid he can thrive all day outside, but when he go back home to those poor conditions, he gonna adapt to those poor conditions. We have to change. Like I said earlier, we have to change the environment because in their environment,
I agree.
And their environment is their mom. Their environment is their dad. The environment is the grandparent,
aunties, uncles,
all
brothers,
those
sisters,
people. Yeah. So we do have
cousins,
to change,
yeah.
even though it's harder to change the adults. I agree, but we do have to change the adults too. We can't just change the youth. Are we gonna be in this same fucking predicament? Because when they get older, they're gonna end up not developing as much. All this stuff we trying to take away from society for this little couple moments, but then they get thrown back to society. And society is quicker to eat you up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, society is gonna be quicker to eat them up. So we have to also change their parent too. We gotta get the parent to be more involved. We have to. So I feel like it's more a 360. I agree with people. Like we do have to help the youth. However, we have to have these people in order to help the youth. We can't just, me and you can't just do it. Can't just BMG and Bloom Project just do it. The new boys just can't do it by themselves. We need everybody. We need all people who are people who can get together and like you said, we need the adults to start facing these demons. We do.
Yep.
We do, cause if that little boy all day at home, like I always say, I'm only speaking on boys' perspectives because that's what I know. I'm a man. That little boy all day at home, he getting lectured and all this, and he learning this new stuff. But at home, when he go home, and the same shit still occurring, and his environment still negative, bro. All that shit he learned out the window every time. Cause you know how many times I done had somebody speak some good positive shit to me. By the time that it was positive, yeah, man. When I ain't gonna do that no more. I'm gonna quit doing that. Oh yeah, man, that's stupid. I don't know why I do that. Hour pass by, I'm in the environment. That feeling start going down. That message that I heard starts to be a whisper. Everything in my environment is getting louder. While that's getting quieter. Boop, now I'm back to doing everything I said I just wasn't gonna do an hour ago, even though I got inspired. Then when I go back to you, I'm like, damn, man, now I'm back in this. So it got to change with the adults too. We can't just leave the adults out the equation. We can't just say,
I agree.
We gonna do the youth and leave the adults and everybody else alone. No, you motherfuckers, you gotta get ready. I said it aggressive. You gotta get ready too. I'm for real, man. You gotta get ready too. You want your child. I'm tired of seeing all these people. You want your child to change. You need to change. You need to start changing your damn self. These people, what can I do to help my child change? Change your damn self, change your environment. You help yourself so you can be a role model to your child because ain't nobody the better role model to your child. And I know this because of my daughter telling me so every day. She said, Daddy, I'm so happy you teach me. I would never want to teach her, man. I'm trying to get her to go to other teachers and learn. She do want to learn, but she want me to be her main teacher. She said, I want you to be my main teacher. She just learn a little bit from everybody else. And that's like you said, they more closer to the spiritual world. So she knows what she's talking about. Ain't nobody better role model than your parents, cuz.
Facts.
So we got to.
That ain't my ministry though.
Yeah,
Hey,
I feel you.
That's tough.
That. Because what I'm
Cause
saying
look,
is, hold on. Let me say this though,
Go
real
ahead,
quick.
go ahead.
You working on the kid, right?
Yep.
Don't matter how much you working on him, cuz.
Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna let him live with you? Are you gonna be paying for this boy? Are you gonna start having him have your expenses? Are you gonna start taking care of him like he's your child? If not, he got to go home to somebody who does that, who has a more higher uh, respect than you. Don't matter how much respect the person has, you ain't gonna never get that past their mama. You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and so he's going to follow that. He ain't gonna be hearing what the hell you said. He didn't heard what you said. Cause I didn't heard what niggas done said. When I went back to the environment, bro, it's over.
I agree. That speaks to the dysfunction generationally that we have. We don't, in my opinion, we don't have anything that resembles a community anymore. We don't have it. Like everybody, oh, the black community, the melanated community, the white, we don't have no communities no more, y'all. Newsflash: there's no such thing as communities because we're dysfunctional and there's no unity.
I like that.
Newsflash: if you didn't know, now you know. So I agree with everything you said. We have to. I personally, I'm a very accountable type of person. Like all right, you said you're gonna do this. All right, do that then. Are you a man or woman of your word? That's how I'm coming. And how I deliver my message isn't for everybody. And I have empathy with it now too. I didn't used to. Now I do. So I'm able to feel you. I was like, I'm a solution oriented person. I'm like, okay, I feel you. You got 5 minutes to get that off your chest. Now what we gonna do about it? Because you can feel however you feel, but for you to stop feeling the way you feel, you're gonna have to take some type of action to move you out of this funk that you're in. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people don't process that. Like my father was holding on to this anger, this disdain for 45 years. I can't help nobody that's been doing that I ain't even been on earth for 45. You've been holding on for something. You've been holding on to something for so long that I wasn't even born when it happened, and you still going through it. How can I, being what they call 30, help you with that if you've been dealing with that longer than I've been alive in this body? And multiply that times millions. How can I help that? How can I help one parent do that? But you don't know that because they don't know how to listen, and they don't know how to listen to young people. Like when I go speak to young people, they like, I don't feel heard, I don't feel listened to, I don't feel respected. Mm-hmm. But they're taught or they're expected to respect the people that disrespect them.
Agreed.
And it's so wild to me. But I feel you what you say. Am I able to take care of them and all that? I can't take care of millions of children. That ain't my thing. But I can get a few of them though. And you can get a few of them too.
Yeah, I agree with you guys.
So like our generation, we can get a few of them. That generation right before them, or right before them, we can get a few of them.
You know what? You know what I was saying though. You know how you said, "How do you help?" That's where that comes from. When I said everybody, every single generation, you can't, but it's somebody who higher in the generations who could have helped. Right. And that's what I'm saying. That's why we need every single generation. So it can help that person like your father. He can go to somebody who can do that. You know, and that's, you remember that man who, when we had the Marcus Garvey event, remember he was talking about how it used to be back in the day, the pyramid?
Oh, yeah, I remember that conversation, yep.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what we need to go back to that. That works. We have proof that works. So we can't just work on one generation. We have proof in the pudding that when all the generations was working, there's correlation. That's when we strive. Each generation taught each generation. So I do agree with you. How can somebody 30 help somebody with a 45 problem? That's the problem. These 30-year-olds can't be the ones helping these these people who had these 45-year-old problems. There need to be somebody on top of them.
Absolutely.
That's where we all spontaneously need to turn around. Mm-hmm.
I agree with that.
Crazy.
We doing our job.
Yeah, we doing our job. That's what I'm saying. Not talking about us. I'm talking about the people, my mama, you know, your brother, everybody. Who I'm only saying them two because they 47, you know. Oh, that. Not you, mama. Not you. I was talking about your brother.
We ain't doing that. I was talking about both of y'all.
No, I wasn't.
I didn't say nothing. I'm gonna give myself. I didn't say nothing.
Not my mama. I ain't say that about my mama. Y'all ain't know I saw my mama fight before. I don't want no smoke. But no, man. But no. So we need people around. They still for real though. Like need them to work. We gotta work, cuz I'm just tired of people just talking about the youth. Like it's all on the youth.
It ain't.
Like we just giving all
these
generational problems that we just
like you said
throwing it to them.
Said in the previous episode. We didn't get here because of what the youth is doing.
Yeah.
It's what their parents and their uncles and their aunties did.
That's wild.
That's laid the foundation to what
what's right here.
But like that, and it's on us, like the people like us, to point that out. Like, yo, that don't work.
Yeah.
This is why it don't work.
Yeah.
I'm an example why it doesn't work this way. You're an example why it doesn't work this way. We're just giving you this information. You choose to do with it what you choose to do with it.
Agreed, because.
And that's all we can do. Agreed. Until people that are of those generations that are higher than us, until they deal with their own shit, we're going to have to be that bridge between all these different generations. That's exhausting. Mm-hmm. But it's worthwhile, though. It's worth the fight.
I agree, though, because, you know, I personally won't take nobody with that problem, but I help some youth out. You ain't never heard me saying I helped a grown man out. I'm telling you, I tell that grown man he need to go get some help. If you around my age, you know, I can help you. You know, even if you're not my age, I done went through some shit. I can help you. But if it's outside of my ballpark, like you said, you're in the wrong league, bro. If I got a baseball bat and a baseball, and you coming into my stadium with a football, you're in the wrong stadium, bro. So that's all it is, because I totally agree with you. I like working on the youth.
I agree with you too.
I like working on the youth. I work on the youth personally. You know, I was working with the real youth. I was working when they were 6 and stuff. I said, woo.
I can't do that one.
Yeah.
That's
fun.
That's some parental.
That was more fun. You know what? I think that's why I developed. It was more fun than anything, because it was just like I had big Capri. It was like a little bit bigger than Capri, and I was just having fun. They listened to me. They liked me, man. They liked me. Too bad, you know, everything didn't happen, man, with the school. Right? That's another thing I want to get off my chest, man. We gotta this is real quick, man, because it's almost time to close. So when we do have these melanated schools and these melanated businesses, we need to make sure they stay intact, because the government ain't gonna make sure. And if that school or whatever is doing well, we gotta definitely make sure we represent it, because they're gonna do their best to close it down or to let it fall.
Absolutely. That's a whole nother episode we can get into that. Now, that's real, man. So it's been a great episode, cuz.
I like this one, cuz.
It's one of them ones. Man. We appreciate all of y'all for tuning in. What's up? You got something?
The comments. Make sure y'all leave a comment, man, and make sure y'all email us. It was somebody who emailed, who I forgot who, but if you're watching this, y'all said y'all like to connect. If somebody hit us in the comment and said they'd like to connect with us, hit us in our email. We got a Gmail at leadyourlineage. You know, because the comments.
Every time you turn the camera out, he always on something. He always on.
Cause I don't act like this. I don't act like this all the time.
You do. You add something else to it when the camera comes on. He does, but he had a different element to it.
You know, I be hype. I be even hyper.
Yeah.
But nah, though. But for real though, man. I want to make sure y'all hit us in the Gmail, because a lot of times life be going on and the comments thing barely be popping up. Sometimes you'll click the thing and everything else will pop up, or some new subscriber, this and that and that. Then you keep going. You're like, dang man, how is this not right here? Mm-hmm. So yeah, so
Yeah, so for any additional comments, feedbacks, please email us at leadyourlineage@gmail.com. We'll get back to y'all in a promptly manner, in a timely manner. So yeah, cuz it was a great episode. Like we said, man, appreciate you for being here. Appreciate myself for being here. Appreciate us for coming together and ending our generational dysfunction, solving our own issues and healing ourselves. So I want to give ourselves a round of applause. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to us for being brave and being bold to journey on this mission.
Yeah, cuz.
Together.
As a real family. We real blood.
Real talk, real
second
family.
cousins.
Ooh, I like that. I like that.
Real talk, real family, and we second cousins.
Real family.
I like the fact that we second cousins. Show people that you can really get along. He be kicking it with his third cousins.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely, I do. Well, family, we appreciate y'all for tuning in to another episode of the Lead Your Lineage podcast. And what we always love to say, lead yourself so you can lead your lineage. Until next time, y'all. Peace.
Cole got some more of that salad, bro.
Nope.